HVB here, and welcome to the first of a 5-part video series on busting tanks in the IL-2 1941 and 1942 models. And in this video, we'll have a look at the shallow angle bombing technique. And I'm defining shallow angle in this context as an attack dive angle of roughly 10 to 20 degrees, as opposed to a typical dive bombing attack angle of 45 to 90 degrees, and a low angle attack dive angle of around 25 to 35 degrees. Now, I got the idea of the shallow angle bombing technique after reading somewhere about the techniques of Focke-Wulf 190 ground attack pilots employed to bomb tanks on the eastern front. A shallow attack angle allows you to drop closer to the tank by reducing the amount of vertical space you need for dive recovery. And whether you're dropping a bomb or spitting out bullets or chucking a spear, the closer you are, the easier it is to hit what you're aiming at. Now, the IL-2 loadout list is long, and there are 3 bomb sizes available, and the choice of what to take basically boils down to how you intend to mix and match bomb selection with rocket selection. The loadout I prefer to maximize tank killing potential is menu item number 67 on the 1941 model and number 82 on the 42 model. This loadout provides 8 ROFS-132 rockets and 6 FAB-50 bombs instead of just 2 of the larger FAB-100s. Now, if you decline rockets altogether, you can take 6 FAB-100s, or you can take 4 FAB-100s with the RBS-82 rockets. But that's a big price to pay in either case, because the ROFS-132s are awesome, as we'll see in video 3, and the RBS-82s suck. If you can slam an FAB-50 up against the side of a light or medium axis tank, you are going to smoke that tank, and that includes the Panther. As for the heavies, most of the time, 1 FAB-50 will smoke a Tiger, although once in a while it does take 2. But dropping FAB-50s on the mighty Ferdinand is like trying to beat J.J. Watt's ass with a jello bat. That shit just ain't happening. But if you come chopping around with the FAB-100, it will fall down. Now, personally, I'd rather have 8 rockets and 6 bombs and just leave the Ferdinand alone. But if it's a multiplayer situation where the Ferdinands must die, I'll just take the 6 FAB-100s and leave the rockets behind. Now, in the following example, I'm going to drop 6 FAB-50s. Bomb drop mode is singles with a 5-second bomb delay, and we'll discuss the relevance of bomb delay settings afterwards. So we're coming into the target area here. I'm talking while I'm flying instead of voicing over this one in post-production, because I want to say the word drop at the exact moment I hit the bomb release button, so you're looking at what I'm looking at as far as sight picture on bomb release. Let me get lined up here. I generally use that bottom vertical stadia as a rough reference as I'm coming in, and I'll adjust it in relation to the tank above or below depending on what I see. Drop. Notice how I'm angling off to the right, because I'm going to do my turnaround to the left. Hopefully that'll put me in the same general area that I egressed out of. I also need to pick out a landmark here. So I see that L-shaped section of woods there. That's a pretty good reference point starting out. You see my altitude is registering what, 500? It's actually 250 because the ground level on this Moscow map is 250 above sea level. A little bit to the left and drop. I dialed the engine back a little bit off of what it can do. We got a little over about 1100 on the manifold pressure and a little under 2000 on the RPMs. Okay, I'll take that. Notice I don't use any zoom or anything. Drop. That might have been a little long, we'll see. That was good. So you can see, generally making these turnarounds and coming back in at about 250 actual altitude. We got over here. That. Let's go after a panther. Drop. You really want to pay attention to what's behind the tank. You need a little room to recover. Sometimes there's sloping ground behind it and it's really hard to see until you're right up in front of it. You know, you can do this closed cockpit, open cockpit, really doesn't matter. Of course, if enemy fighters show up, you definitely want to close it. Let's see. Let's go after that tiger. Drop. That was a little late. I actually said drop after I hit the button, but you heard the button sound. Drop. Let's see if we're going to be 6 for 6. Did I miss that little countlet? He's smoking. Looks like I was a little bit long. There we go. All right. Now a couple of comments here. Number one, if you go with a bomb delay shorter than 5 seconds with this technique, more likely than not your bomb will not explode because it had insufficient time to arm. And number two, if you drop too low, and by too low I mean if you are scraping your ass against the top of the tank or on the ground, your bomb will most likely not explode even with a 5-second delay or even with a 10 or 15-second delay. And while it's on my mind, if you take the 1942 model with the rear gunner, you're going to be a little bit slower in general, but the attack dive experience feels pretty much the same and you shouldn't have to alter your technique. It is a little sluggish when you're making the turnaround, so you can't yank it around. Just baby it and keep your speed above 200 kph. Now I'm going to show you one more example where instead of conducting attack dives against the side of the column, I'm attacking down the length of the column. This attack approach is often necessary when tanks are deployed on a road surrounded by woods or hedgerows like on the Kuban map. This approach is a little harder to pull off because even though you're attacking the weaker rear armor, you are presented with a target facing about half the size of the side of a tank. Now this example has minimal commentary and I'm going to fast forward it to speed things along. And then we'll close out with some final words leading into the next video topic of low angle attack tank busting. I'm not sure why, but I always have a hard time trying to kill tigers from the back like that. Alright, so I'm not a big fan of doing it this way, and this is why. I don't like hitting the tank from side to side. When you have to go lengthways along the tank column, you have two choices and they both suck. You either hit it from back to front, try to hit the back of the tank and then do a 360-degree turn, go all the way around and do it again and do that over and over, which takes twice as long. Or you can hit it from the back, do a 180-degree turn, come back and hit it from the front. And you know, my experience has been that it's kind of a crapshoot when you're hitting tanks from the front. If it's a heavier tank, and even if you put that bomb, you know, right in front of it, that frontal armor prevents it from being destroyed. And sometimes your aim may be off, and you put one on the side, and you get a kill anyway. But you know, I just kind of sucky either way. And for me, it just depends on, you know, how much time do I have? What's the enemy situation around the area? Either way, kind of blows. Now, both examples you've seen were flown offline in a no-wind environment. I do have plans to make a few videos down the road covering wind, but for now, suffice to say, it's a very different ball game trying to execute these attack runs against a strong crosswind. And the videos are absent the shit show insanity that is multiplayer. The shallow pass technique only works against tanks in the open. In a multiplayer, when there's a combination of tanks in the open and tanks surrounded by trees or sloping terrain, everybody goes after the easy, low-hanging fruit first, which is the tanks in the open. But those harder to hit targets got to be taken out too, and that might be all that's left when you get there. Those targets require a different solution, and in video 2, I'll cover the low angle attack dive technique. And in video 3, I'm going to cover rockets. Thanks for watching. This is HVB. Peace out.